Hey everybody, so today's video is debunking college/university myths. So let's get started. I found a couple of forums, so you might hear the clicking of the mouse because they're on the computer, of some lists of things that people were asking about like myths, like is this true and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to add a few of my own that aren't there. So let's get started. I'm just gonna exit out of my little cam view. So let's get started. Okay, what's the first one? I always sing a lot, and I'm a really bad singer. It's kind of like nails on a chalkboard. Okay, first myth. You need money to go to university. That's like a yes or no thing. That's not really a myth to really like debunk. Like, you need money because you have to pay before you start. But there are things available to people. There are grants, student loans, bursaries, scholarships, and those type of things. And I know it's not always possible for people to obtain those, so that's not really a myth I can really, bust necessarily. This one's good. You have to buy everything before you leave home if you were in dorms. No, because, okay, everybody in the world has seen Pitch Perfect. You know, at the beginning of Pitch Perfect where, what's her name? I don't remember her name. Rebecca, the character, is going into the dorms. And you see, like, this girl with, like, all of her, like, stuffed animals, like, piled on top of her trunk. And, like, she's, like, pushing them. They all fall over. Yeah, that's so many freshmen the first year, not necessarily stuffed animals, but you guys buy everything the first year, and you, like, the first day, and you don't need to. Like, buy the essentials, at home. Like, maybe get your pillows and the bedding that you want, that type of thing. And then the first week of school, then you can go out and be like, oh, I really want a microwave. Okay, go to get a taxi or walk and go get a microwave, or a kettle if that's what you want, Start by that, seeing what you need and then getting it. And that goes for like storage containers too. Just kind of get there, see what you need, and then purchase it. Oh, this one's wrong. Somebody put that a myth is you need to do really well in your first year. No, you do need to do actually well in your first year. Like, you can't slack off I find you can't slack off in your first year, because if you start slacking off your first year, then you're going to go into your second year thinking, oh, it's a joke, and it gets harder. So I'd start off, trying really hard your first year. All friends will be made in the first few days. Not true. I didn't start making friends until like my second month of university, to be quite frank. I honestly, I didn't really meet anybody or anything like that until my second month. So your first few days, not gonna happen. Oh, this one. It's all about sex. No, it is not all about sex. It's not all about partying. It's not all about, that stuff in the movies is just movies. Parties do happen. Sex does happen because, most of y'all are going to be adults, and sex happens. Parties happen. But it's not what everything about that's not what everything about university is. And I know I just said that sentence backwards, but yeah. I didn't like that post. I don't know why I did it. Just passing will get you a degree. No. You can, like, just pass your courses and technically graduate. However, your employer will look, at what your marks were. So, say for your university, if 50 is a pass and all your marks are like 55s, you're not going to get hired, because they're going to be like, you know what, you half-assed your entire university career. You barely understood the material. Why am I going to hire you? Decent marks are like high 70s and above. You know what? 75 and above is an okay mark. So that's kind of what I would do. Starting an assignment the night before it's due. Yeah, you do that, you are going to be pulling out your hair and cursing down everybody, and those are the kids that are like, I need Ritalin, and go steal it or buy it off the streets. No. Yes, okay, so if you get an assignment the week before, within the first 2 days of getting it, you should at least start an outline of your assignment. Start researching, at least. Never, ever, ever, ever start it the night before. You can finish it the night before. Like, if there's, like, if all you have to do is edit or anything like that, then that's fine. But don't start it the night before. Trust me, you will be thanking me for telling you. Just don't do it. That's all I can say about that. Except for that one. College is much harder than high school. Yes and no. It's a lot more. This is going to be contradictory. It's a lot more structured, but it's a lot less structured. Meaning that in university, a lot of things are placed on you. You're responsible to come to class. You're responsible to do your work. The professor doesn't give a shit, quite frankly. If you don't pass in your work, the professor's going to be like, whatever. That's your fault. You're just going to fail my class. Like, I don't care. I didn't pay for it. So in that sense, there is, but that's also the catch-22. There is more freedom, so it's not as structured. So it's harder, but it's not harder. Classwork-wise, it depends what you're taking. If you're taking a, like, philosophy class or something like that, that's obviously going to be harder than I don't know, any other classes that you took in high school, because it's a different class. All freshmen gain 15 pounds. That's not true, actually. If you're living in the dorms, it might be true, because there are junk food bars, but I didn't gain anything when I started university. I stayed the same weight, so yeah. Roommate compatibility forms really do work. Yeah, I started laughing as I read that. They don't. They really don't. I hate to say that if you are stuck with a bad roommate, then unfortunately that was your pull. That was just kind of the way it is. You can do the roommate compatibility forms. You can fill those out, but yeah, doesn't always work. Date rape is common. This site's saying that it's a myth, but I'm actually going to say that it's not a myth. It actually is common. Rape, and unfortunately rape in general, is common around here. You won't always hear a lot about it from the universities or in the news, because this is just the nature of it. This is just blatant honesty. They do try and hush it all up because it looks bad on them, right? And no university wants to have people be like, oh, a rape happened there. And that's natural. But it is quite common. It happens all the time. Well, not all the time. It doesn't happen every single day, but it does happen. So, just like your mother told you, just like your father told you, keep your hands. You have a drink like this. You're drinking it. Kind of hold it like, when I'm at a party, I kind of hold my drinks like this. Or like if it's a, let's just pretend that this is like open all the way. Like, I'll hold it like that sometimes, or like I'll hold it like this. So like my hands, this is open, so I can't really show you, but like my hands are always over the top a little bit, so that if anything was to like try and be slipped in my drink, I'd feel it. I'm actually really thirsty. I'd feel it kind of going in. So that's kind of my biggest recommendation. Don't take a drink from somebody that you don't know really well. And even if you do know them really well, sometimes you just can't be too careful. I know I hate to say that because you're like, oh, my best friend would never do that. But sometimes they do. So just be vigilant, be careful. Don't be scared to go out, like, ever. Don't be terrified to leave your room. Just be careful. That's all I can say. Don't get overly intoxicated ever. You shouldn't be doing that anyways. But just keep your wits about you. you know? What else is on here? Let's see. All university is hipsters. University isn't all hipsters. There is, I got water all over my desk. There is a wide range of people you will be going to school with. My first year, I had, 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds in my classes. That's normal. You have 30-year-olds, you have single moms, single dads, you have, the guy who looks like a homeless bum on the side of the road is actually in your class, and he's probably the smartest kid you've ever met in your life. I've met one of those people, and I don't know how to say this. I worshiped that guy. I loved him. He was so smart and just so unexpected, and I think that's why I became friends with him, was just because we were both unexpectedly insightful people, where people don't always expect us to be. And that's, I think, why we clicked really, really well. But he's so smart. It's awesome. And you don't expect it, which is wicked. You do see the hipsters. You do see, the preppy girls that you just kind of typical preppy girls. You do see the jocks, with their big muscles, with their popped polo collars. Oh my god, I see it all the time, and it's just horrible. If you're watching this and you are one of those guys, never, ever, ever pop your collar. It's going to be a bad word I'm about to say, but if you want to look like the biggest D bag, everybody should know what the D stands for, pop your collar. Just don't do it. So yeah, you see a wide variety of people in university. I don't judge. If you want to pop your collar, just know what the mass majority of people, my knee's itchy, the mass majority of people are going to think about you. If you don't care, then you don't care. Do whatever you want. Let's see. Your grades don't go to your parents. So you are safe if you do really bad, but I wouldn't recommend doing very bad. What else? I don't think there's really anything else for this one. If I think of anything else, I will do another video. And if you have any myths or questions or anything like that, comment them down below and I will answer them. But so far, that's all I have for this video. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.